Today, we're going to discuss a very specific drink that can naturally support your arteries and help keep them clear. This topic connects directly to many of the complications that arise when the arteries are damaged, including high blood pressure, clot formation, strokes, and even heart attacks. One of the biggest challenges people face when visiting their doctor is that treatment often focuses only on managing symptoms like elevated blood pressure or cholesterol levels. Unfortunately, the underlying causes of arterial damage are rarely addressed. One of the major root causes of arterial plaque buildup and heart attacks is something known as endothelial damage. What exactly is endothelial damage? If you look at the inside of an artery, you'll find a thin single layer of cells known as the endothelial layer. When this lining becomes injured or inflamed, it triggers a cascade of problems within the cardiovascular system. The first response is inflammation. Your body tries to repair the area, forming plaque made up of cholesterol, calcium, and protein. In reality, this plaque is your body's attempt to heal inflammation that began inside the arterial wall. Another key piece of this puzzle involves nitric oxide, a natural compound produced by the body. When the endothelium becomes damaged, nitric oxide levels drop. Nitric oxide acts as a vasodilator, meaning it helps relax and widen blood vessels, allowing better blood flow. When levels fall, blood pressure tends to rise, and the risk of blood clots increases. In fact, around 90% of heart attacks involve clot formation, largely due to endothelial dysfunction and low nitric oxide production. As this damage continues, arteries become thicker and stiffer, losing flexibility and increasing the strain on the heart. Yet most doctors treat the resulting high blood pressure instead of addressing the underlying endothelial injury. Fortunately, there are natural ways to support nitric oxide production and maintain healthy arteries. Spending time in the sunlight is one of the best. Sun exposure not only increases vitamin D, which supports nitric oxide, but also provides infrared light, which enhances nitric oxide activity even further. Breathing through your nose, supplementing with magnesium, and following a nutrient-rich diet are also helpful ways to boost nitric oxide levels naturally. Now, let's talk about how to actually help your body reverse plaque buildup in the arteries. This process is called reverse cholesterol transport, RCT. It's the body's mechanism for removing excess cholesterol from the arteries and transporting it back to the liver, where it can be reused or eliminated. Many people mistakenly believe that dietary cholesterol is the main cause of arterial blockage. In truth, your body produces most of its own cholesterol because it's essential for building hormones and cell membranes. The real issue isn't cholesterol itself, but the inflammation and damage that occur within the arteries. Nutrients like niacin, vitamin B3, can enhance reverse cholesterol transport and help clear cholesterol from arterial walls. HDL, the so-called good cholesterol, performs a similar role by moving cholesterol from the bloodstream back to the liver. Regular exercise, intermittent fasting, and a low-carbohydrate diet also improve this process. To illustrate, many people normalize a high-carbohydrate lifestyle without realizing its long-term effects. Excess refined carbohydrates and sugars cause insulin to work overtime, forcing the pancreas to constantly regulate blood sugar. Over years, this leads to insulin resistance, prediabetes, and eventually diabetes, all of which damage the arteries. Refined sugar doesn't just raise blood sugar. It promotes inflammation, cholesterol production, and endothelial injury, the same sequence that triggers plaque formation. In contrast, a low-carb diet quickly reduces liver fat by as much as 40% in 2 weeks and helps lower arterial inflammation. It's also important to note that your body removes excess cholesterol through bile salts. Without adequate bile flow, cholesterol can accumulate. People who have had their gallbladders removed sometimes struggle with this, so supporting bile production is crucial. Magnesium plays another critical role. It balances calcium levels in the body and helps relax arterial muscles. When calcium dominates, blood vessels constrict and blood pressure rises. When magnesium is sufficient, vessels relax. This is why magnesium is considered the master mineral for cardiovascular health. Compounds known as polyphenol are also extremely beneficial for protecting the endothelial lining. One drink in particular is rich in these compounds, and that's raw cacao powder. Cacao, not to be confused with roasted cocoa, is derived from the raw cacao bean and is loaded with flavonols, plant-based antioxidants that have powerful effects on circulation. Research has shown that cacao powder can improve blood vessel dilation to a degree comparable to moderate exercise, essentially offering exercise in a cup. Cacao helps activate the enzymes responsible for producing nitric oxide, enhancing blood flow throughout the body. When combined with beetroot powder, which contains natural nitric oxide, the effects are even stronger. Beetroot provides nitric oxide directly, while cacao stimulates your body to make more of it. Regular consumption of cacao has been shown to reduce arterial stiffness, improve vascular flexibility, and even support brain and skin health. Its effects are cumulative, meaning they build up over time, training your arteries to produce more nitric oxide. Naturally, one study found that individuals aged 50 to 80 who consumed cacao daily for just 2 weeks had arterial thickness similar to people 20 to 30 years younger, a truly remarkable anti-aging effect. For best results, mix cacao powder in warm, not boiling, water to preserve its nutrients. You can enhance the drink by adding beetroot powder, a pinch of sea salt, or magnesium glycinate. However, avoid consuming it at the same time as regular coffee, since caffeine can counteract nitric oxide's benefits. That if possible, choose organic cacao powder, as it's less likely to contain pesticide residues. Give this powerful drink a try, and you may notice real improvements in your energy, circulation, and overall heart health over time.